Hey there.
Mark, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
Doing great, doing great. Just getting packed and ready for some getting ready for some shows here.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this setup, man. You could be my co-host with a setup like this. Not many people bust out the microphone to go along with it, man. You've got it
Yeah.
set up there.
No, this is what I track vocals with, so I just kind of plug it in and I don't need a zillion mics for different things. It's just the old boom for when I'm cutting vocals.
Man, well, it sounds great, man. It's great to see you. We've had you on the show before, but first time in this format. This is pretty cool,
Right.
man. The last year,
Absolutely.
I wish I would have invested in Zoom stock about a year and a half ago. Uh,
Right?
who could have known? This is pretty awesome, though. Do you like doing it this way, or do you prefer the old call this random number and talk on the
Yeah,
phone?
I think it's better face to face, and you know who you're speaking to. It's different. It's a lot more personable. But the only thing is if you're doing something else, I mean, you're chained to your chair and your microphone, and otherwise you
Right.
can be multitasking and doing shit.
That's a
But
very good
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
Well, for you guys, man, like you said, you talked about going out and some shows starting up here, man. This is just this is a loaded question to start off with, man. But I mean, what's the last year been like for you? I mean, has
Well,
it?
it's been a lot of home improvement because that's about all you can really do,
That's
and
right.
and absorbing an amount of money spent on lumber. But
Yeah.
I got you look at the four walls, you look at things, and you go, I've got the time right now. It's time to fix things up. So a lot of fixing up. It was a year off, which was very very difficult. I mean, financially for everybody, and everybody felt the pain. I didn't do the PPE loans and all the other garbage that everybody else was doing. I think that there's, single mother out there struggling a lot more than I am. So let it go and just kind of hunkered down and got to work here and did some projects and, just getting ready to go back out and have some fun again.
Yeah, you've got quite a few dates on the books. I mean, is this a deal where, I think June 24th coming up is your next one in Minnesota in Brainerd. I mean,
Right.
what are the feelings going to be like? This is just, I don't know that a lot of artists we talk to, it's like, I think that it's real easy in life to take anything for granted that you just don't
Right.
think will ever be gone. I never thought I'd go a year without going to a concert, yet
Right.
here we
Right.
are. What are the feelings going to be like for you guys here as
Well,
this thing
I
gets
you know
going?
we did a show in Houston. We did a private show, and then we did another show in Houston, and it was really nice to be back. But there is that feeling of like, I hope this doesn't happen again. I mean, obviously, everybody's got their vaccinations or not, and we're just hoping that it doesn't happen again, because it's they kick the daylights out of everybody, all businesses and people's finances and families. I mean, I've known a lot of people have lost a lot of people, a lot of family with COVID. So it's really, it's messed up. So hopefully we're not the bright light bringing the moss to the bug zapper. That's what I'm hoping. But there's no way to know. I mean, all we could do is just kind of do what we do, and get out there and try to make people smile a little bit.
Have you guys ever gone this long without playing a show? I don't think that it's possible
No,
because you
no.
guys from 1990 were always a stalwart from when, I'm 37. I remember from the time I started going to shows in the mid 90s, like it was Slaughter was on a Rock Never Stops tour, was on a Poison
Right.
tour. Like you guys have always just done. I mean, that's the longest you've been
It's the
without playing.
longest we've been doing with, in that side of it. And it is very odd to just sit. But, I think it was the good part of it is, I mean, I always try to find the positive in everything. And the positive is it gives people a reboot and to think about what matters, and to, understand that the things that we take for granted is not something to take for granted, and to count your blessings, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, it was very very difficult in that side of it. But again, we did a show a couple weeks ago, and it was just phenomenal. And we've got these other festivals. We've got the one in Brainerd. We've also got the Freedom Fest in Colorado, and both of them are record numbers. So, people are ready to get back out there and enjoy life a little bit. So we're just hoping everybody does it safely.
Well, it kind of flew under the radar a little bit. I think things that happened in or around 19 or certainly 20 is just hard to, kind of fathom some of that news. But you guys, I mean, Blas Elias back playing
Right.
with Slaughter. What's that been like? Because I always loved Zoltan. I thought he's tremendous. I saw him with you guys a few times, and I mean, he's just a monster. But there's just a certain magic that exists. Obviously, having him back in the band is a big deal.
Yeah, he's not playing with us on. Will Hunt is playing with us on these upcoming shows.
Okay.
Blas is gearing up for the TSO. We're talking about next year of doing, the whole, pretty much the whole lineup next year. So
Okay.
we'll see as it unfolds. Right now, Will Hunt, who plays with Evanescence as well,
Yes.
is playing with us, and he's a phenomenal player. And as Blas is, and everybody's just trying to figure out a way to make it all work, because work is work, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no question. And for you guys, you guys have a major kind of a release coming up here. I think this is amazing. And you guys are doing this Fear No Evil. It is a limited edition box set here. And
Right.
This is just tremendous. I think when things like this, it's an era where it's, I think, good to get creative when it comes to delivering content to fans. This is exactly what you've done. And it's extremely affordable, and it is for pre-sale right now via Kiss My Wax Records.
Yeah. Well, we decided, kissmywaxrecords.com. What we decided to do is they approached us, and we ended up getting some demos, and it's for the audiophiles and those enthusiasts. We put together a box set with a lot of extra goodies, as well as a Spend My Life Willy Wonka style golden ticket that you could see the band whenever you want to see the band. I was just having fun with it. I think that's one of the things we wanted to do, is like, well, we might as well start making a time capsule of where we came from. So this record was out in 95. It was after Stick It To Ya and Wildlife, and that was the first record we did. Never came out on vinyl.
Right.
And that's the whole idea. We're just going to put it out there for those people who want that. And we're real proud of it, because we're involved all the way through on it.
Well, I want everyone to go to kissmywaxrecords.com. You can pre-order that now. That just looks amazing when you see the layout and the gatefold set and everything like that. It's just tremendous. And it's for a lot of people that really take comfort in having it in that medium in a vinyl. And
right.
Great way to do it. This is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're doing that. We're out there playing. We're enjoying getting out there again, and the madness is kicking up. We have shows every weekend. So
yeah,
this is the beginning of a pretty busy year for us.
What is this for a vocalist, for you, one of the highest falsettos in rock history here, and coming back, and is there some nerves about that? Because I mean that's
it's kind of what you do. It's kind of like you haven't done it for a while, and all of a sudden you get back into it and you go, oh yeah, this is what I do. And I think that's really where it's at. It's not something that I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I mean, I've done it a lifetime. The Slaughter has been around since 31 years ago is when we released our Stick It To You record.
Yep.
So, we've been around a while, and, I had been touring with VVI prior to that. So, it's just kind of like chewing gum. It's just getting out there and doing it. But I think what I'm really looking forward to, I mean, we're entertainers. We like to entertain, coming from Las Vegas, where there is a myriad of, fantastic entertainers, Sinatra, Sammy Davis, etc., all the old school style entertainers. That's the town that I came from. So to me, this is just getting back to work and doing what I love.
Is there, for you specifically, is there challenges? I mean, everybody's voice changes as they get older. Your voice is so synonymous and it's so recognizable. Is there challenges with that? The things that you have to do? I mean,
Well, I think the challenge is just it's no different than a quarterback who plays for for the NFL. I mean, you're at some point your shoulder and your arm is not as good as it was before, but you learn what happens as you start to become a better player, and you know what your limitations are, but you know how to use your instrument better over time. So as much as you have a natural ability when you start out, you learn your craft, you learn how to do it, you know how to twist and do the things to make it through the game. And and that's a key point. As you get older, you get smarter. So all in all, I think the band sounds great. I'm out there still doing what I love, and I can't wait to sing the songs that make people smile a little bit.
Well, you guys will be here in my neck of the woods, July 16th, playing with Great White and Autograph. I mean, you guys have been out a part of a lot of packages, playing with a lot of bands. Is it, I mean, do you prefer that or, I've seen you guys play, club shows on your own. Do you kind of prefer playing with some of the other bands and kind of getting out there and hanging out with your buddies?
Yeah, it's kind of like high school when you're running into your friends that way. I mean, we've all known each other a long time, and there's just there's X amount of cast of characters out there that you run with. And so, yeah, it's nice to see everybody check up and how are you? How's your family? How you doing? How's business been? I mean, it's just life as an entertainer. But yeah, we're looking forward to seeing. We saw Autograph at a private show, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, and they're good guys. So
oh yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a great bill here at Trenton, Missouri, and it's going to be awesome. We're so excited to find, because it was scheduled for last year. Amazing. Right. Here we are a year later, finally going to get it on. So really excited about that. I mean, so for Slaughter, we're talking about 31 years since Stick It To Ya here. I mean, 2 times platinum. You guys go out on the road with Kiss and the Hot in the Shade tour. What was it like just around that time for the band? As you'd been formed for a couple of years and you scratch and claw to get to this point, and you're going out on the road with Kiss and on the Hot in the Shade tour. What was that time like for you guys?
Well, we made our record, and then we did a video, and it was in the can. And our first show that we ever played as Slaughter was with Kiss. So our first show was with Kiss at Lubbock, Texas on May 4th, 1990. And so we went in and did our first show. And I think that, making the band in the studio and doing what we did, taking it out on the road was a complete different thing, because you're kind of doing you're learning your songs in a different way than the way you track them. So, we went in to do that. And the band, as it moved forward, for instance, at Fear No Evil, I think that the band became more of a live entity instead of just a band that was songwriters, producers who went into the studio and put out a record. So I think that's a key as time went on, that where we went as far as our band goes.
Well, Mark, it's always such a pleasure, man, and I can't wait to have you guys here. And before we let you go, got to hit you with our final 4 drum roll, 4 quick questions, and you give us whatever comes to mind. Sound good?
Okay. Sounds great.
So in 1991, there was a hit television show that featured a character that went on a date and snuck into a Slaughter concert. Are you aware of what show that was?
Let's see. Saved by the Bell?
Close. Oh my gosh. It's so close. It's Full House.
Full House. There you go.
So Danny Tanner snuck into a Slaughter concert and then sent the venue money later because he felt bad about it. So
there you go.
Always love that. Always love that little piece of.
What's crazy? Is so funny. People don't realize we were on the road for a year and a half. So all that time that everybody's sitting at home watching TV, they're like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?"
Right? You're like, "No."
A, there's no cable on a bus. B, there's no, the quality of the VHS that people would give us would be just garbage, so we wouldn't watch it. But so we miss Friends, we miss Seinfeld. I mean, all this stuff was just, pluming, as well as Saturday Night Live. We didn't see those skits. We were out on the road. So
yeah.
you miss a lot of television and you miss a lot of culture in that side. So that's one thing in this pandemic. I was like, oh, okay. So I was able to go back and see some of the things I missed over those years.
That's funny. Great transition. That was question number 2. What show or shows have you had time to binge watch over the last year? We nailed on a few. Have you gone back and finally got to Seinfeld, or is there some old ones that you like?
I saw that. Saw Seinfeld. King of Queens, which is on, Nick at Night all the time. I love that. It's a great show. And we saw that show Paradise City, which is kind of the old story of the Hollywood days. It was done really well, and that was good. And other than that, man, I just, I don't know. It's hard for me to just watch TV and binge watch, so to speak. But I did enjoy a lot of television in this time. That's for sure.
Well, kind of along the same lines, what is the last show or concert that you attended as a fan?
As a fan, last concert. Well, it's over a year ago.
Right.
Let's see. What was the last? I actually went and saw a group called Snarky Puppy, which is a kind of a fusion-y jazz group. So that was one of the bands I went and saw. No, actually in Tennessee. That's where I live. So,
that's kind of an aside here to me, is that Nashville almost has become kind of like a new LA in a lot of ways to me. So many people have moved out there. What's the vibe like in Nashville, man? Every time I visit, it's one of my favorite places to visit. It's so many types of music, so many sports. It's all there. What's Nashville like to live in these days?
It's since I've been here, it has completely plumed into a totally different city. But our sports teams are great. The people here are really involved with it, with the Predators or the Titans or whatever. And, it is a great city. As far as the music coming through, it's funny. We have not played around in Nashville in a long time, because it's just, there's such an abundance of other things going on. We always find ourselves in the outskirts. We're playing Pigeon Forge as the closest thing to here, and also up in your neck of the woods.
Yep.
And those are the only, those are the closest to Nashville at this point. So I don't play here often, so that's odd.
We got to get you guys a date at the Ryman. That'd be that Slaughter at the Ryman. That'd be a live album right there.
That would be a live record. Exactly. I've seen Joe Bonamassa was there. He was great at that venue. It's a great venue.
Oh, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. Fortunate enough, we also cover sports. So we got the Chiefs playing the Titans in Nashville this year, and Mizzou playing Vanderbilt. So I got 2 trips planned. It's going to be a good fall, no doubt.
So Ryan Cook then, right?
Yeah.
He's a big Chiefs guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, he is. Let's just go there. Last question. Did you have a favorite sports team growing up? Do you have a current one now?
Growing up, Las Vegas, no sports teams.
Right. So did you cheer for LA teams or what?
UNLV was it.
They were great.
So funny is, in NFL, when I was a kid, I liked the Raiders. I mean, that was a million years ago. And subsequently, who's, going to be the team for Las Vegas? The Raiders. I mean,
that works.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty crazy. So, funny how, 40 years will change things,
Yep. Looking forward to many Chiefs Raiders games coming up. It's a great rivalry. And so we'll see that. Mark, man, we can't wait to see you here in Missouri, July 16th. And I'll probably find myself out at the Monsters on the Mountain in October too. Let's just be honest. That's probably where we'll be. Thank you so much, brother. Always a pleasure. Take care, and we'll see you soon, my friend.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you. All righty.
Thank you.